Welcome to the second part of step one, expanding your list and building a more detailed database of funders for your organization. Today, we will dive into proven strategies to expand your list, including steps that I've aligned, plus additional ones I recommend based on best practices in nonprofit fundraising. I'll also touch on how the AI prompts from step one will guide you with even more tailored search recommendations. So remember, building a bigger list is an ongoing process. You have to start small, test what works for your nonprofit mission and location, and continue. The key is persistence. First, you aim to, add 50 to 100 new prospects per month. And by brainstorming personally and using tools like AI, you can create a pipeline that fuels your campaign for years. So let's break it down. First, the expansion steps. How to organize and build your list in a CRM or simple spreadsheet. Starting with steps to find more ideal funders. This build on the profiles you generated in step one. Individuals, businesses, foundations, etc. Across your 8 categories, from personal network to benefits to triumph over the need to status to interest to mission alignment to influence multipliers and also capacity builders. For each step, I'll explain what it is, why it works, and how to execute it. Brainstorm personally, spend 10 to 15 minutes per step, and start building your list. So the very first step is the organic search. This involves you looking into your local community or online community to identify people that match the various profiles of people you created in step one. So think deeply, right? Who do you know that match the different profiles you created in step one? If you run a homeless organization and you're able to identify real estate agents as one of your profile, who do you know that match, that are real estate agents across your community and including the online community? Because of course, these are your low-hanging fruits. You need to be able to think deeply. And also, you could also send these out to your board members so that they can also think deeply about who, within their network that match the profiles you created during step one. Step two is your present supporters and present donors. So you may already have a list of present supporters. You may already have a list of present donors. What you can do is send out an email to them, asking them who they know that also falls within the profiles you've created. You could send out an email asking, well, we're trying to reach out to real estate agents. If these are the profile you created in step one, who do you know that's a real estate agent who would like your ideas because it's really going to help us, create more impact. That way you can get your present supporters and present donors to refer as many people as possible that can get you building a list. The third step is the social media ads. So now you know the ideal profiles are social media, real estate agents, real estate companies, right? Home decor stores, right? So you can go on social media and run an ad targeting this group of people. So Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, they provide you ads, targeted ads that can help you target these people. So you can target, say, for example, you're targeting real estate agents with polls or surveys to get their feedback. And that way you can also get their contact details, right? So you can actually run such an ad for as low as $50 a week. And Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, they're going to send out your ads to these group of people. So with $50 in a week, you could be reaching out to say 2,000 to 5,000. Let's put it at 2,000 people within your target audience. And if you reach out to 2,000 people and 1,000 people gets to respond to your ad, that's you having a list of 1,000 people already. So that's why it's really good. And, having that detailed profile is really good because when you run such ads, you can reach out to these people. And of course, a good way to get them and their contact details is to ask for feedback, ask for advice, take a quick survey. That way they respond to those surveys and also you get their contact details for fundraising follow-up in the future. The fourth step is running advanced search, right? Using platforms like iWave, DonorScope, Kindsight. These platforms have details of people across the entire United States, even as far as many other countries. People who they've understood their buying history, they've understood their donation history. They know that these people give to these kind of courses, right? But with your detailed profile, you can't search across these platforms to find people that match your ideal profiles. So you can run a search to find real estate agents across the entire United States on these platforms. You can't even run a search to find businesses that align with your mission on this platform. So it's a very advanced search that can help you find thousands and thousands of people. We do this for many nonprofits. Sometimes we find as much as 20,000 people that actually align with these organizations. So you could pull up these names, emails, phone numbers, and have that list to start reaching out to. And some of these platforms are very cheap. For $100 to $500 in a month, you could pull out thousands of names. So this is a very great way to build a list, a detailed list of your ideal funders. The fifth step is looking at similar nonprofits across your states, across your county. Who sponsors them? Who funds them? Look up their 990 form, right? To identify their major funders. With this, you can be able to itemize people who are already giving within your space so that you can start reaching out to them. Now, another key strategy would be events, networking events. So if you identify who your ideal funders are in step one, you can actually do a research to find the events that these people go to, right? So that you can start reaching out of being part of these events. You could even go as far as sponsoring these events. That would of course give you access to the people who attend, thereby helping you build your list. So for example, if they are real estate agents, again, you can actually identify real estate events across your county, across your state, and make sure you're part of those events. You could go into those events as an attendee, or you could even sponsor those events to give you direct access to these group of people you're looking to reach out to. Another good step is running a LinkedIn advanced search. So if you have what we call the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you can actually run a search on LinkedIn, and it's going to pull up thousands of people who align with your profile. So let's say, for example, you're trying to reach out to CEOs of real estate companies. You can actually run a search on LinkedIn, put in the type of companies, their position, and then running that search, you find thousands of people that already fit within that space, and you can start building a list of these people, reaching out to them one after the other to get them to fund the organization. Another good way is accessing public databases. So you could go to a public database like Foundation directly online, grant stations, news archive. An organization we worked with, we actually searched psychology today, and we found lots of psychologists, therapists, counselors, because these were the kind of people they were trying to reach out to. So, and the good thing is, the prompts that you create, the prompts you use in step one will not just give you the list of these people, it will also tell you where to find them and how to search there. So you have to be able to study those prompts very carefully so that you know how to find and search for them. Another good way is through content marketing and lead magnets. So you can actually put out lead magnets, and people begin to come to you. So for example, you could put out a lead magnet speaking to real estate agents how to get for example, you could put out a lead magnet saying how to get more customers or more people finding homes by working with nonprofits. And these real estate companies are real estate agents, because they are actually looking for clients, will come and they will get those resources. And that, of course, will provide you access to their contact details that you can use to follow up. Another good example are alumni groups and affinity groups. So you could look at clubs like Rotary clubs, Lion clubs, alumni of these different universities across the country. These are good ways to help you find these people. So now let's shift to the list building itself. Organizing these new leads into a usable database. This is where expansion efforts pays off, right? You need a well-structured list that helps you track, prioritize, and engage efficiently. So you don't just dump in names, you include key details to make the outreach a more personalized and effective one. So why is list building important? It turns raw leads into actionable insights. Knowing a prospect giving capacity helps you tailor your ask. Also knowing how they connect or why they should give also helps you tailor your ask. So it's very important that as you brainstorm, as you list out these contact details, you also bring in key information like their names, organization, title, contact details, location, category, which is type of funder they are, the funding type, right? Connection, how you found them, right? Or the mutual ties, their giving capacity or history, their propensity or affinity to give, the reason why they should give, right? Notes, whatever you think is important information to put on about them. And of course, the next action step. So what will be the next action step if you're reaching out to them? Could also include the source, or, where the link, where you got them, to help you all tailor your outreach. So you also need what we call the customer relationship management system, CRM, to help you manage this list. For organizations just starting out, you could use Excel or Google Sheets. These are free and beginner friendly. You just dump the names, the details all in there, right? For organizations growing, you could use HubSpot. They provide free services for nonprofits, of course, to a certain limit. So that would help you track your contacts, your emails, and all that. For organizations that are well grown, Boomerang or Greenlight, it's also a great platform. They cost about $100-$300 monthly for that. For more sophisticated CRM, you could use Salesforce. Salesforce is a very great platform, and it's free for many nonprofits, especially those just starting out. Donor Perfect is also a great platform, though it's also cost to use them. So make sure you export all your data to these CRMs so that you can start tracking your outreach. Now, pause, brainstorm, and start building your list. Like I said, it's an ongoing process. And for every contact you get, you put that into your list so that you can have a more detailed list. If you have any question, email me. Now let's move on to step 2.